Kimi Antonelli might have just won the championship, might be your Formula One world champion in 2026. You're thinking, mate, this is going to sound bizarre. But let me tell you something, guys. Kimi Antonelli wins the Japanese Grand Prix again. He wins the Grand Prix in Formula One yet again. His second race win of the season, his second race win in his career, back to back. Kimi Antonelli is here, guys. He has arrived. He is here. He's ready to lock in and he's ready to take that title off George Russell. When many people think George Russell is the man, when many people think he is the guy, let me tell you something. Kimi Antonelli has put everybody on notice, including yours truly, George Russell. He's put him on notice to say, listen, not only am I going to win the Japanese Grand Prix, but I'm going to be world champion. Kimi Antonelli, 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli, second year in Formula One, teenager, has won a Grand Prix in Formula One, has won 2 Grand Prix in Formula One. The only teenager in Formula One history to win 2 Grand Prix. Max Verstappen won his first Grand Prix, I think, was at age 17, 18. But his second race win came at the age of 20 years old. In fact, I think the day after his 20th birthday, he just missed out. But Kimi Antonelli, guys, has put the marker down. I mentioned this previously. I've said this before, that Kimi Antonelli has put himself on the front stage. He's put himself on the front stage. And let me tell you something right now. This is interesting. This title race that so many people thought George Russell has, that so many people thought that George Russell is going to be your world champion. Let me tell you something right now. Kimi Antonelli has said not today. Not today. He's put the marker down. Let me tell you something, guys. Back-to-back pole positions? Back-to-back race wins? No. This guy is serious. He is here to stay. He is here to be the Formula One world champion in 2026. There's no way that there's not going to be a title race in 2026. Kimi Antonelli has made it very, very clear that he is going to go toe-to-toe. He's going to swing with George Russell, with whoever else. You know, the Ferraris were talked about this year about being title contenders. I made a video about them being our only hope. But little did I know that Kimi Antonelli is actually going to step to the plate and actually give and teach George Russell a lesson. He's taught him a lesson, guys. Fastest lap, I think he got as well, or he might have got nicked in the end. But Kimi Antonelli got pole position yet again. And after his horrendous start to the Grand Prix, if we remember, he dropped what, 6 places back to then go ahead and win the race. There were some fortunes along the way. Let's have it right, because I think my boy, Mr. Oscar Piastri, I think could have won the Grand Prix. We'll get to him in another video. But Kimi Antonelli has made the marker, man. He's laid it down. He's told George Russell, listen, it's time to pattern up. And George Russell, it's time to wake up, by the way. It's time to smell the Lavazza, the Kenko, you know what I mean, the Nespresso. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee, George Russell, because you know what? You know what? Who would have thought in 2026, after race week 3, I'd be saying to you that Kimi Antonelli has more pole positions than George Russell. That Kimi Antonelli has more race wins than George Russell. That Kimi Antonelli is leading the Formula One World Championship. Yo, people, Italy, it's time to stand up. You've got a superstar in your hands. You got a superstar in your hands. We were hanging our hopes on Giovinazzi, on Fisichella, on Jarno Trulli of these days, right? No, forget all of that now. You finally got somebody, after Ascari, you finally got somebody that you can hang your hopes on. This man is sensational. He is brilliant. He is a top-notch driver. We could talk about the luck. We could talk about the circumstance. We could talk about the safety car all you wish. But guys, he did 14 seconds on second place after a safety car. You know what I'm saying? Just shy of 14 seconds. I think it was like 13.7 in the end. Just shy of 14 seconds. I'm sorry, finishing 14 seconds ahead in Formula One terms, that's like finishing a mile away. You know what I mean? Like, this is not just a rookie thing. This is not just a one-off. Kimi Antonelli is not a one-off. Kimi Antonelli is not a one-off. This man is here to stay. He's here. The youngest championship leader ever in Formula One history. What do you mean he's leading the championship? Like, we get it. You can win a race. You can get a pole position here and there. But to be leading the championship? And of course, the title is far from over. The title race is far from over. But it's the very fact, people, we have a title race. Because people were worried about Formula One in 2026. I saw you guys. I saw you all pre-season saying, you know what, the Mercedes is such a rocket launcher. Oh my God, George Russell's going to win every race. And even George Russell, do you remember after the Australian Grand Prix, he wins it and he says, you know, I love this car, I love this engine. He's gone too early. He went too early with the champagne and everything else. And yet he forgot. He must have just thought, you know what? It's Hamilton and Leclerc. That's what I got to watch out for. The McLarens, you know what I mean? The Piastri and the Norris. That's what I got to watch out for. Bro, look next door. Wake up. The guy that you're competing against is your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? He's your neighbor. This is unbelievable. More race wins. Kimi Antonelli has more race wins than George Russell this season. More pole positions. Nah, guys, this is the time to actually stand up and adjust your seats, because this is going to be a blockbuster of a season, because we are going to have entertainment. And sure, listen, Kimi Antonelli's not going to be flying throughout the whole course of the season. Let's have it right. He's a kid for a start. And secondly, we know what the European side of the circuit is like for him. We know what happened to him last year. During that European sort of segment in the season, the guy fell off a cliff big time. Recovered, though, towards the end of last season and got back to some integrity, normal status, if you will. But what I am seeing right now is that the title is on the line. You need to lock in. Formula One fans, you need to lock in. If you're not locked in already, I don't know what's going to make you lock in now. Formula One fans, this is for you. We have got a title race on our hands because Kimi Antonelli has laid the smackdown. He's put the marker down on George Russell and has said, listen, I am here. Don't think this is just going to be a George Russell win here, a George Russell win there, a pole position there. Not the case at all. George Russell has got to wake up. And I think George Russell's actually worried about Kimi Antonelli. Because during the race, during the team radio, I was hearing about, during the safety car, for example, when the safety car come out at a time, it was like, oh, damn it. It was bad timing for George Russell. He was winning the race. He was leading the race, or at least he would have caught up with Oscar Piastri. I think he was behind Oscar Piastri. He could have caught up and won the race. Nobody would have been surprised because it's a Mercedes against a McLaren at this stage of the season. Mercedes is going to probably finish on top. But even just like during the team radio of it all, during the safety car, he's asking, is Kimi going to still stick to the same strategy as what we spoke about earlier, and all these sort of things. He's getting worried, man. He's getting worried. Listen to the language. Hear the body language with him. Look at some of the pictures that were taking place. Some people caught some interesting photos of watching Kimi Antonelli celebrating and watching George Russell's face. There were some interesting images. That's all I could say about that. But it's because George Russell is actually worried about Kimi Antonelli. He's actually worried about it. And you've got to think about it like this, right? Poor George Russell. And I say that lightly. He was gagging for that Mercedes seat when Lewis Hamilton was killing it in the Mercedes with Valtteri Bottas. And he was there. Russell was stuck with the Williams, back marking, with the Williams. He finally got that one-off race in Sakir. When Hamilton, I can't remember, he was ill or something like that, right? He might have got COVID or whatever. It was back then. 2020 Grand Prix, Sakir. And the one that Sergio Perez won in the Racing Point. But George Russell was put into the Mercedes for one race, and the guy was cooking Bottas, and was going to win this race if it wasn't for a punch or something happened with his car, and he was unfortunate. So he's thinking, you know what, man, stop putting me in this Williams. I'm good enough for this Mercedes. And he finally gets to Mercedes, and the Mercedes is a dud. He gets to the Mercedes and the brand new regulations, and the car stinks. It's horrendous. It's bad. And he's fighting with Lewis Hamilton, and he's getting the better of Lewis Hamilton. And then he's now like, right, Hamilton's now gone to Ferrari. Okay, cool. We got this rookie. Who? Kimi what? All right, bring him through. Let's see. This is my team now. And last year, let me tell you something, George Russell, I saw signs of George Russell where I thought this man is ready to be world champion. He's ready. He's cooking. He's ready to go. And then Kimi Antonelli in 2026, I said, hang on a minute. Hold my beer, hold my Peroni, hold my Moretti. Because if you think you're going to just walk away with this league title, you must be absolutely out of your damn mind with this Drivers' Championship. Absolutely not. And Kimi Antonelli has done phenomenal. He's done brilliantly. It's one thing to have the best car. It's another thing to drive the best car and win races. It's a completely different thing. When you think of the Max Verstappen dominance with Red Bull, those number 2 drivers were having a stinker. Sergio Perez, you know what I'm saying? What was he really saying? When you think of the Alex Albons, the Pierre Gasly's, like they were all smelling. Yuki Tsunoda's, they were smelling. So you have to still put it on. You still got to put it on. You still got to turn up. You still got to put the car in the right place at the right time. You still got to be fast. And Kimi Antonelli is quicker than George Russell. I can't believe I'm even saying this. He's quicker than George Russell. The only saving grace for you George Russell fans out there is this. The European Grand Prix are around the corner. We still got to go to Miami. We still got to do Canada. But then it's Monaco. And then we get into the European side of things, okay? And we have to wait and see. Can Kimi Antonelli learn from those mistakes of last year? I think he will. I don't think he'll be as bad as he was last year. But again, it's an Achilles heel. So we have to wait and see how he does with these new cars. But let me say this, right? George Russell, it's time to friggin' wake up and realize what you're actually fighting this year. Kimi Antonelli could be the world champion in 2026. And nobody's thought that at the start of the season. Nobody did. Unless you're like a die-hardcore, biased Kimi Antonelli fan. Or maybe you saw something that I've just seen now. Maybe you saw something all along. George Russell needs to wake up and smell the frigging coffee. Guys, if you like this video, make sure you smash a like on the video. If you think I'm talking nonsense, make sure you get in the comment section down below. Let's have a debate. Let's talk about this. And until next time, lights out.